What's up YouTube, I'm Twisted and today is the last day of card reveals for the next expansion of Legends of Runeterra. As expected, today they are revealing Volibear and I'm really excited to see his cards and I really hope to hear his team in this trailer. I can already see Nila in his artwork, which is really exciting, so let's check out his trailer.
Who dares challenge the wild?
Alright. He's fighting against PNZ and Janna. Titanic, alright, we saw this yesterday. Here's Rond.
Your rage will leave you nothing to protect.
Oh, I love the interactions.
Place your faith in me and your destiny shall unfold.
Janna, I beg you, reveal my path to me.
Ooh, I'm hearing the team.
Give me power immeasurable.
Hold fast to your hope in me and in one another.
Alright.
Give me your power, Stormbringer. I am your chosen.
My storm does more than destroy Volibear.
Drive your storms harder, Janna.
Nice. I can't wait to hear all the interactions.
What is water but ice that is weak?
There can be no ice without water, Volibear.
That's so funny.
What all is dark and cold?
Oh, I saw Nila there. Alright. It looks so fluffy. Tremble before his might.
You cannot
Alright.
overcome me.
We got a Citria and a Ledros. I wonder if that's teasing something.
The storm breaks all.
Alright, we'll check those in a second. Ooh. So cool.
Do not fear the rapture of conquest. It blinds me not.
What? Huh. So now she's going
Not fear the rapture of conquest.
to the Shadow Isles? Why is she going all the way back, right? That's weird. I wonder if, just like the Darkin Saga, where we had a storyline that was progressing with each expansion, and each of its expansions was Darkin Saga something, like Darkin Saga Awakening, Darkin Saga World Ender. Since the first expansion here is called Fate's Voyage Onward, and the next one will likely be called Fate's Voyage something, this might mean that they are both connected, and I think that's what they are hinting here, is that the story will continue, because obviously this is Nila's boat right here, we hear Nila speak, so are we actually going to see the aftermath of her fight with Volibear? And I guess this confirms that we are getting a Shadow Isles champion. I know some people were wondering if one of the regions was going to be left out. Well, now we know that Shadow Isles is not going to be left out. Alright, so now let's check out all of the cards, artworks and flavors. Shout out to SpiderX for providing this. And we're starting off with Volibear himself. It seems like Nila finally arrived and is confronting Volibear. This was first teased when we got Nila's cards, and her level 1 explicitly told us that she was going to the Freljord to fight the Volibear because Volibear was threatening to destroy Freljord. As I've mentioned in my previous videos, Volibear doesn't necessarily want to destroy Freljord itself. It's more like he wants to destroy the current civilization of Freljord because he's all about embracing the wild, the instincts, and hunting instead of gathering, stuff like that. I really like how he is depicted here. He is this huge demigod, right? So obviously Nila here is giving us a scale. Nila is closer to the camera, yet she is so little compared to Volibear. Kneel to me, immortal, and I may spare you. Your power is feeble, but perhaps worthy enough to serve mine. Kneel or be swept from the earth. Okay, so I think this is Volibear addressing Nila. I think it would make sense. I think he's underestimating her power. Nila is the host of one of the 10 primordial demons, and Volibear has seen better days. Volibear becomes more powerful the more people worship him, and modern day Freljord does not worship him all that much. That's why he wants to destroy civilization. So people embrace the old ways, so people embrace the wild, and in the hope that people start worshipping him again. Alright, and here we have Volibear's level 2. I really like this art. Really shows again how huge Volibear is in comparison to Nilla. But you can see that Nilla is still here. Like, if this was me, I would already be dead. But like, Nilla, obviously very powerful. Otherwise, she wouldn't be facing Volibear. You dare to insult me with a challenge? Puny girl, from lands far away, I am the hearth of the tundra, I am the storm, and to you I promise a forgettable death. So obviously, Nilla is challenging the Volibear, and a forgettable death. Well, one thing that Nilla really wants is to become a legend, right? She wants to be remembered, she wants her name to be remembered as a legend. And I think that's why Volibear is saying here that he's going to give her a forgettable death, that she won't be remembered. That's really interesting, especially because there are some parallels between Nilla and Volibear. Neither of them want to be forgotten. Obviously, Volibear being a spirit, if people forget him, he's going to become less and less powerful, while Nilla, all she wants is to become a legend, right? She wants to save people and she wants her name to be remembered forever, alright? Volibear's Stormbringer. This is one of Volibear's abilities in League of Legends, and it's also the name of one of his stories, I believe. Let the Tundra Run Red. Volibear. Alright, not much here. Relentless Storm. Alright, this is also one of Volibear's abilities in League of Legends, and this is also his title in League of Legends. With these claws, I carved the very world. Volibear. Clash of Giants. With his body, I sculpted the mountains. With the fire of his maw, I carved 1,000 fjords. Volibear. Alright? I mentioned this in my last video. Volibear fought and defeated Rond, the magma serpent, and Rond's blood became the first river of the Freljord, while his corpse became the Wormback Mountains. Alright, Flamecaller Caprine. Caprine, right? This looks like a follower of Ornn, especially because the horns right here. Like if I zoom in, you can see that they are similar to Ornn's horns. They have these little red details, and I believe this is a Forge follower. So it makes sense to be connected to Ornn in some way. The Forge Lord promised change and hammered out the chains of inaction instead. Those who worship a weak god are weak themselves. Only by Valhyr's might will we be delivered to the glory of old. Interesting. This used to be one of Ornn's followers, but is now a follower of Volibear. That's a bit weird because most of Ornn's followers are dead. We've seen some in Ornn's cards, for example. I'm not even sure what these being is. They have horns and some unique looking ears, so I assume they are some kind of either a Vastaya or maybe a shaman, a spirit walker. I really wish we knew more about this character, but unfortunately all we know is that they now follow Volibear and they are setting fire to a village, which makes sense. Volibear does not like houses or walls or stuff like that. In one of his stories, he destroys a dam and the water flowing from the river destroys a whole village. Sky Splitter, alright, another one of Volibear's abilities from League of Legends. Cloaked in clouds and wreathed in lightning, the god bear stands untouchable at the heart of the storm. Invocation of Thunder. And so here we have the Valhyr's Prophet, one of the followers that we saw yesterday. In the name of Valhyr, we make this offering. Valhyr's Prophet. Valhyr obviously being Volibear. So yeah, this was Volibear's reveal. I am super excited for him. I can't wait to hear his interactions with the other champions, with Nilla, with Janna, with Ornn and Anivia. That should be really exciting. I'm probably going to do a video reacting to those if Skin Spotlights posts a video with all the interactions. But now let's speculate a little bit. We know that the next champion will be a Shadow Isles champion, and we only really have 3 Shadow Isles champions left, those being Karthus, Vex and Yorick. We also know that it's very likely that the Deathless keyword is coming in this set, and that does lead me to believe that Karthus is probably the most likely Shadow Isles champion. However, that would mean that maybe we won't get a Bandle City champion because all the other Yordles besides Vex are from regions that already gotten a champion, and I doubt any other region besides Bilgewater will get more than 1 champion this year. So yeah, I'm not really sure what to expect at the moment. It's also super weird that she went all the way to Freljord from Bilgewater, which is right here, just to then turn around and go to the Shadow Isles instead. I wonder if this was like something that wasn't really planned at the start, but then Riot had to switch the order around for whatever reason, so now it looks kinda weird. And obviously I'm saying this because I assume that this is Nilla's crew going to the Shadow Isles. So since the article where they talked about the region pie for both Shadow Isles and Freljord was sort of teasing Volibear, I do wonder if it was also teasing Karthus. They talk about a lot here about extracting value from death and how mass murder is supposed to be a theme in the region, yet the only spell that they reference here is Ruination. We also have Eradication and the Darkin spell, which I don't remember the name, but this could very well be a good time to introduce Karthus and expand on these archetypes. Another thing I want to mention is that Riot introduced the vocabs Titanic and Elemental in this set, and it seems that in general Volibear is the champion that utilizes them the most, but as you can see here, the only other spell that we got that utilizes Titanic in some way is from Targon, and obviously is a Malphite themed spell, so I wonder if Volibear is supposed to be played with Malphite, right? Because Janna and Nilla are very obviously meant to be played together. Nilla wants you to draw a lot of cards, and all of the draw cards are mostly in Piltover and Zon with Janna and her followers and her landmark. So yeah, at least I think that they want Freljord Targon ramp to be a thing, and I just really wonder if we can expect a Targon champion to also be played in this archetype. I did tweet this as a joke, but the only champion left that I really see fitting into this Titanic theme is Cho'Gath. And honestly, Cho'Gath would probably fit well as a Targonian champion, right? But yeah, don't take this too seriously, I'm just throwing stuff out there. So now let's quickly check the patch notes, see if there's anything interesting here. The first thing I see is that they still did not fix this infograph. That's funny. Ooh, and it seems that Eclipse and Coven are coming to Legends of Runeterra. That's exciting. I see here Leona, I think Nidalee, Diana maybe. Alright, so we got Coven Janna, and we can see the 1000 Pierced Bear in her splash art. And obviously that could only mean that we're also getting the 1000 Pierced as a skin. Some of you might be confused because I think a lot of people had the idea that this skin was canon, and it initially was. As Riot Reeve mentions here, the horrific version of Volibear that we first saw in the story Silence of the Damned was initially explored as the primary look for Volibear, but then they decided that it was too different from what the players already knew as Volibear. So they turned it into a skin, and it was actually given for free when Volibear was reworked in League of Legends. But then for some reason they moved the skin over to the Coven/Eclipse universe. You can see here the 1000 Pierced Bear is now part of the Coven skin line. Volibear is now one of the old gods like Volibear and Malphite and Ivern, etc. I'm not really sure why they would do that, but they did it. So now we have here Volibear skin coming to Legends of Runeterra. And they even misspelled the name of the skin. When the Volibear skin was initially released on the League of Legends PvE, it was named 1000 Pierced Bear, but then its name was changed to the 1000 Pierced Bear before it was released on live servers. But for some reason, here they are still calling it 1000 Pierced Volibear. I don't know why. Also, I missed Janna's level up, so let's check that out. Alright, I think I saw Volibear in the back. Okay, that's cool. She doesn't transform, right? I think that's the weirdest part, but they probably didn't want to make a brand new model just for this. It's what I'm assuming. But yeah, we can see Volibear in the back there, just doing nothing. Ooh, oh, that's cool. I like that perspective of like starting with the sword that's stuck on his back, right? And then revealing the Volibear. That's cool. And I think he's using his ultimate here, right? And there's Nilla there, just like in Volibear's default level up. And we also got Nilla. I have to say something is kinda off. I think it's the skin tone, right? Even in her normal artworks, Nilla's skin tone is a bit different from what we are used to. She's usually darker. We're also getting Aatrox, and Aatrox looks really cool. This skin was already in League of Legends, and we can even see Kael's skin here in the background, and Senna as well. We're also getting Sejuani. Here's the level 2, very cool. And oh my god, Kael looks really good here. Damn. These are way better than the League splash arts where she's sharing a splash with Aatrox. And we also got Leona and Diana here in the background. Leona looks really good. I'm not sure which version of the skin they picked. And now we got Diana. I think Diana was sort of hinted at or mentioned in either the description of Eclipse Leona or in her voiceover. And we also got Senna here and Kale again. Really cool. So I'm guessing that she defeated Aatrox. And it seems that we can also expect a skin for Aurelion Sol. It will be coming out in a later patch. So that's it. I think I'm not missing anything here. This concludes spoiler season for the next expansion, and I think it's time for me to start working on a new video with theories and speculations. So let me know down below, what are you expecting for the next expansion? We know that it will be a part 2 of Fate's Voyage, we know that it will have 3 champions, and we know that one of them will be from the Shadow Isles. Let me know your theories down below, and I'll see you guys in the next video.